Hi, in this lesson, let's go through what are the different sections involved in Performance Max campaign while creating it. So here we are not going to target any of the products or any of the dynamic search charts, anything like that. Just going through different sections involved in it while creating. Okay, so go to create campaign, view campaign. So here, whatever the objective you want, you can select. But here I am going with the last option, create a campaign without a goal guidance. So here I am selecting performance max campaign. So let it be like this because here we are not going to target anything here. So let's remove this as well and just continue. Just going through it to see different sections and different options involved in it. So first is the bidding. So in performance max campaign, you have only two options, that is maximize conversions and maximize conversion value. So I have told you, right, this is a completely automated and completely artificial intelligence driven campaign. Okay, so accordingly we have the automated bidding strategies. When you select maximize conversions, we have target CPA as a limit, and when you select maximize conversion value, we have target ROAS. Okay, so only you can play around these four options, that is maximize conversions TCPA and maximize conversion value TROS. Okay, so next is the customer acquisition. We have discussed it, right? You can enable this option if you wanted to drive new customers. Okay, so and next is the campaign settings. So here it is the location setting. Obviously you have to choose whatever the targeting region your business is. Okay, and next is the language. Next is automatically created assets. So we have discussed this in the search campaign where I have told you that the previous name of this automatically created assets is the final URL expansion. So when you select these text assets, it will fetch the details. It will look at the content present in your website and fetch headlines and descriptions from your content, okay, on the website. So the problem, as I told you, is that here we have very little control. So when you wanted to tell a specific message, your message will be diluted when you enable this option. So if you have, suppose, let's say for the Mother's Day you are running some promos, so when you have a promo ad copy, you have to show only the headlines and descriptions and the messaging present in that promo. You don't want to show other than that. So in that case, you should not enable this automatically created assets. Okay, so after enabling this automatically created assets, if you want, we have this option of final URL. That means when you use this final URL, the algorithm will take the users to the relevant landing page. So at the asset group level, you give one final URL, right? For the asset groups or ads, anything, you give one final URL. So it won't consider only that URL. When you select this final URL, it will consider all the URLs present in your website. So it is up to you whether to use these automatically created assets or not. But as I told you, use these automatically created assets only if needed. Otherwise, you can always turn it off because it will dilute your messaging. Next is the ad scheduling. You know what it is. Start date and end dates, campaign URL options where you place tracking URLs, tracking templates for tracking the clicks, and page feed. We will see this when we will be discussing about the DSA campaign in PMAX. Okay, and brand exclusions. We have seen, right, what are brand exclusions and brand inclusions. So what are brand inclusions? So if you have a brand list, and in the brand list you have kept some business names or brands. So in the brand inclusion, what happens? Your ads will be shown only to the users who search for that related brands. And in brand exclusion, what happens? So your brand or your ads won't show to the users who search for the brands you have specified. Okay, so in the inclusion, your ads will be shown, and in the exclusion, your ads won't show. So if you remember, we have discussed these concepts in detail while discussing about the search campaign. So the same concept applies here as well. So next see the, so this is asset generation. So Google is trying to incorporate the artificial intelligence in while creating the campaigns. You can skip this because we don't want to take it control of our campaigns. So this is the asset group, and here you can give the names, and here you can give the assets. you see here, these are the properties that Vmax can show ads: YouTube, Gmail, search, display, discover. And here you can also view the preview, how these ads appear on these respective platforms, right? And based on the assets you provide, you can also see the ad strength, whether the ad strength is good or bad, right? Accordingly, you can provide the assets: images, videos, headlines, descriptions. So you see here we have 15 headlines, 5 long headlines, 5 descriptions, 20 images, 5 logos, business name, 5 videos, site links, all these things you have. Okay, and here you can see, give some extensions, right? And here display path, you can have a final URL for mobile if you want. And here you have some rules: create URL rules or specify which URLs from page feed to use for your ads. We will discuss this when we are discussing about the DSA campaign. Okay, so here next is the signals. And in signals, as we discussed, there are two signals presently available. Those are search themes and audience signal. Search themes are nothing but the keywords that you give here. Okay, and audience signal means the audiences that you give. So whatever you give here, they are not the targets, they are just the signals. That means you are telling, or you are making the Google algorithms to understand what kind of users you want. That's it. These are not the targets. Okay, next is the budget. Here you need to set up the budget, or you can have a custom budget here. Okay, this is simple. So I hope you have understood all these sections. Pmax campaign is very simple, you know. It is a very simple campaign. Okay, don't be afraid of this campaign, but this is one powerful campaign that you should master it, right? So I suggest you to go through and walk around these sections. We will meet in the next lesson.